What's up, my beautiful folks? So I am here with the video and I want to talk about boundaries, okay? Boundaries is the essence of taking your power back. When you give your power away, you lack boundaries, okay? But there is redemption there, meaning you can take your power back by establishing boundaries. So I just wrote down a quick 1 through 9, some ways that boundaries can be set. Boundaries are good for your health, your mental health, to stay in your own lane, and to really protect yourself at the end of the day, okay? It's all about protecting yourself, protecting your energy, and being that stand-up kind of girl or guy, okay? So with that being said, I'll type stuff in my background. So with that being said, boundaries. Now, boundaries are hard because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. We don't want to break hearts, but we have to be authentic with ourselves and others. That is the problem nowadays. We are afraid to be authentic because we are afraid of hurting the next person. But at the end of the day, someone's heart's going to always be broken. Someone's feelings might be broken. But at the end of the day, you are establishing your points, your point of views, what you will tolerate, what you will not tolerate, what will function in your life, what will not function in your life. This is setting boundaries. And I'm telling you, this has been a challenge in my life, just in general, growing up, because boundaries were not set. A lot of us we weren't taught boundaries. So then when you begin to set them and people overstep them, then that's when things get stirred up, right? So it's important to establish your boundaries ahead of time rather than running from them, rather than cutting people off, rather than ghosting. This is another reason why a lot of people ghost, because they don't have boundaries set. Okay, so at that point, you just say, forget it. And it might not be intentional, but intentional is setting boundaries. That is being intentional about who you are, the person you are, how you represent yourself, how you show up in this world. Okay, and so I'm hearing share my shirt. So this is one of my shirts that I have. This is one of my creative projects. Okay. It's the love, the peace, and medicine, okay? Medicine, I love plant medicine. That is something that I am an advocate for. Plant medication, okay? Not just this type, but others, okay? Plant medicine has been here since the beginning of time. Plant medicine is an ancient form of wisdom, right? So let's talk about some plant medicine. See, I was going one place and they had me go somewhere else. Okay, my guides. That's what they do to me. I be boom, boom here, and then they switch it over here for me. And I'm like, okay, thank you. All right, fine. So I'll get into the boundaries later. And that's another thing. Plant medicine helps you begin to establish boundaries. Okay? Plant medicine is the way to begin to break down the walls within ourselves internally, right? So plant medicine, let's talk about that. Mushrooms, what is it? Psilocybin? I think that's what it's called. I just call it mushrooms, but that's the technical term behind it. There's rape or hape, right? That's another plant medicine. There's ayahuasca, okay? That's another. There's bufo, okay? There's San Pedro. There's so many different forms of plant medicines. If you begin to look up these different names, and I'll put them in the comments or whatever in the post when I post this, but just look at some of the things that these medicines help you to release. I'm talking about in your DNA. I'm talking about in your bloodline. I'm talking about in your cells, okay? These things are embedded in ourselves, right? Think about it. Lack of boundaries, traumatic events. These things have been locked in, right? They became a part of us. So when you step into plant medicine, the holistic route, the natural route, you're then reshaping and reconstructing your DNA chromosomes, your DNA figure, right? To release those things that don't serve you. And yes, plant medicine has you release, okay? And it's going to have you really see who you are. It's like the ultimate fulfillment at the end, okay, of the journey. It's like the essence of, oh my God, I am totally liberated and free. And I have experienced these plant medicines. Why? Because I'm on a journey, right? Because I have been on this journey of life, and I was led into these particular journeys and medications, okay? Medicines, should I say. And this is just the route I like to go. I like holistic. I like natural, okay? So upon moving to Texas, I went to a healing retreat. That's where I was able to go on the retreat for the weekend. It's just crazy how the divine works. I didn't even expect to come into this, how it all came into play, but it did. And I stayed there for the weekend. And it was the most life-changing experience I ever experienced in my life. We had a ceremony on Friday. We did by the fire. We had everything in my life, in your life, talking to you, should be intentional. Anything we do in life should be with intentions, pure intentions, okay? Whether it's good or bad, you take that for what you do. You take that for face value, but intentional about what you do in life. So I was intentional about going to this retreat. I didn't know what to expect. I went with expectations eliminated. That was my intentions. I said, I want to go here with no expectations. I am letting go and I am allowing. And that is not easy. Why? Because we are naturally creatures of control. We like to control everything. We like to control outcomes. This is just who we are as humans. Okay? So when you're able to let go and allow, that's when the magic can happen in your life. And I tell this to people that I encounter and my clients and the people that come across my path. Let go, surrender to any circumstance. Because the more you hold on to control, the more you hold on to the outcome, guess what happens? It's going to take you longer to get to that journey. Why? Because you're not in control anyway. So that was just a little excerpt or whatever. But going back to the retreat, the experience, meeting new people, we're all like-minded individuals. We're going to have no expectations. Some have dabbled in plant medicine, some haven't. But just the experience of meeting new people and knowing that you're on the right path and you can share your experiences with other people. And then the magic just began to flow. Okay, the ancestors are there. You have the shaman there. That's another thing. I'm training to be a shaman. Okay, I've been doing this for a while. I have